Welcome to another edition of Sci-Fi Journal presented by the Rhode Island Science Fiction Club. This show is for March 2016. It's the future. I'm Marc Morisseau. Also hosting the show today are Calvin Watts III, Jay Kingston, and James Hinsey. All right, we got lots of cool stuff for you this month. And we start off with the wonderful world of movies and a segment we call Popcorn Previews. Take it away, Jay.
We've got something for everybody on the cast tonight.
Yahoo! Free gifts.
Yay.
For me, since I'm a costume person, I love costumes and outrageous sets and things like that. We've got Alice Through the Looking Glass. Now, this is a sequel to Alice in Wonderland, and it stars Johnny Depp. Let's see.
Depp
Yep.
again. Might as well have said Nicolas Cage. Okay.
Oh, don't.
Johnny Depp, Anne Hathaway, and Mia Wasikowska. And it follows the further adventures of Alice in Wonderland. And so let's take a look at that.
You've been gone too long, Alice. There are matters which might benefit from your attention. Friends cannot be neglected. Hurry.
When the day becomes the night, and the sky becomes the sea, when the clock strikes heavy, and there's no time for tea, and in our darkest hour, before my final rhyme, she will come back home to Wonderland and turn back the hands of time.
Time is a he. He is not someone you want as your enemy. Please, sir, the Hatter is in danger.
Young lady, your time is up. This cannot be good.
Hello, Alice.
I present you with a gift.
Cool beans.
It looks pretty cool.
Looks fantastic.
Costumes look really good and everything. Now, this is coming out on May 27th of this year, and it is not yet rated. Now, let's see. For Marc
Yes.
and Calvin, but
Yes.
for Marc especially,
Right.
10 Cloverfield Lane.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be good.
This is a not exactly sequel to the movie Cloverfield,
Yep.
about the giant alien monster that comes and
Awesome
and
movie.
terrorizes Cloverfield, the city. And this one stars John Goodman and Mary Elizabeth Winstead, and tells the story of a family who are survivalists and what happens to them during the Cloverfield incident. Let's take it with that beautiful bean footage and see what happens.
Children behave. That's what they say when we're together. And watch how you play. They don't understand, and so we're running just as fast as we can. Holding on to one another's hand. Trying to get away into the night, and then you put your arms around me, and we tumble to the ground.
Something's coming.
That was
course.
awesome. I love the fact that, you know, they've been talking about a Cloverfield sequel for years, but J.J. Abrams just got so busy with Star Trek and then Star Wars.
Right.
And then this comes out of nowhere. I mean, this has been in the can for like a little while.
Yep.
And it just drops out of nowhere. Oh, here's the trailer. By the way, it's coming out in a month.
Yep.
Yep. We'll be there.
Oh, I am
I get
psyched.
excited anytime I see Bad Robot come up.
Uh-huh.
So, anyway, now for James, for your viewing pleasure, we've got Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, based
Yes.
on the book by J.K. Rowling.
Yes, which is actually a little textbook that supposedly Harry has about all these fantastic beasts in the magical world of Harry Potter.
Cool.
Yep. It stars Eddie Redmayne and Catherine Waterston, and tells the story involved with where to find fantastic beasts around the world, and it takes place in, I believe, 1926
In New York City.
in
Yes.
New York City.
Right before the Great Depression. Are they
Right.
unicorns?
There may be.
There could be. Who knows? We don't know.
All right.
But it looks pretty good, so let's take a look at that.
Lumos Maxima. Lumos Maxima.
Yesterday, a wizard entered New York with a case. A case full of magical creatures. And unfortunately, some have escaped. It was open.
Just a smidge.
Mr. Scamander!
So that looks fantastic.
It does.
Those fantastic beasts. Yay.
See what he did?
But we learned a lot of things just from the trailer, that there is a Ministry of Magic sort of for the U.S.
Yes, there
It's
is.
a Department of Magic or
There we
something.
go.
And that we find out that the Muggles in America are called No-Maj, which it means no magic. So these are kind of the things that we're looking forward to seeing in,
It extends the Potter universe.
across
And
into
I'm
North
sure the
America.
fans
And the
are gonna really love it.
merchandising.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna make the American fans really happy, I think. And last but not least, for Calvin, we've got Ratchet and Clank.
All right.
This tells the story of two popular characters from the PlayStation universe who are trying to get into the Star Guard or the Space Guard and don't quite make the cut, but somehow manage to become heroes nonetheless. And their wild adventures as they try to save the universe from an evil villain. This is a family film, patently, and it's not rated yet, and it stars the voice talents of Paul Giamatti, John Goodman, and Bella Thorne. The release date is going to be on April 29th of 2016, and as I said, the film is not yet rated. But let's take a look at the footage. It looks funny.
In a world. Commence depanetization! In another world.
Our galaxy is in a state of crisis.
Captain Quark?
The Galactic Rangers are looking for a new recruit.
A man with a dream.
Actually, I'm a Lombax.
Fine, a Lombax with a dream.
We want you!
Yeah!
If you have heart, then you have what it takes. You don't have what it takes.
Wait,
Next!
We'll discover a beautiful friendship. Maybe not beautiful, but definitely attractive. Like a 7.
My name's Ratchet. I'll just call you Clank.
Now, on the dark side of the universe.
In 2 days' time, the Galactic Rangers will be destroyed? Stanley, are you texting?
Mommy.
Dialing mother.
Hello?
An unstoppable evil.
My brilliant creation!
Most of the time.
Burn.
We'll give them the chance
An attack is coming. I must warn the Rangers. I can totally help.
to be heroes.
Yeah!
No legends. Wait, even better.
Does anyone else feel like we should have shot something by now?
Thank you.
This April,
Destroy them all.
when a galactic force threatens the world,
I'm going in.
test your gear.
That was awesome!
Find your courage
Meet the sheepinator. Uh-oh.
and kick
Boom, baby!
some asteroid.
Cue montage!
Ratchet and Clank.
It is curious that the sudden cessation of velocity did not cause either of you to... Oh, dear.
Don't worry, Cadet. It happens to the best of... Oh, that was terrible. Make it stop!
So what do you think?
I think it looks great. The Ratchet and Clank series has been on the PlayStation, one of their linchpins for a really long time.
Oh.
The movie looks pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it.
It does. Looks really cool.
Hey, where is everyone? Finding Dory. Oh! Wait a second. Well, that sounds like a fun challenge. Hey, Dory's missing. We've got to find her. Where is everyone? Everyone, let's work together. We can find her.
Guess you heard about the boy?
You know, word travels in this town. How long has he been out there?
6 years.
You don't survive in a forest for 6 years alone.
He says he wasn't alone.
From 20th Century Fox and Blue Sky Studios.
Hey, look, shooting stars.
Quick, make a wish. You gotta make a wish. Huh.
Wow, my wish came true.
I'm okay.
Mine too. The defining chapter
Meteor shower. Meteor shower?
in the greatest trilogy.
The mother of all asteroids screaming towards us. But I've got a plan. Who's with me?
Crash and Eddie reporting for duty.
Of all time.
All I wanted is true love. Everybody has somebody. And all I've got is my boyish good looks in this mariachi band.
This summer. The end of the Ice Age
Incoming!
Get inside the cave!
is just the beginning.
Hey, it sounds like it's slowing down. Except for that one.
Of a new age.
Where are we?
Here he is, the master of meditation, the supreme serene, the Shangri-Lama!
This is the guy who's gonna save us.
Yes, but first... Downward dog! Caterpillar! Funky chicken, bouncing Betty, mashed potato!
Hey, this is kind of easy. Could you help me, please? My nose is dangerously close to my butt.
Ice Age Collision Course.
In every civilized community, there's an outcast. From a young age, the outcast has trouble fitting in. Can sometimes feel invisible.
Thank you.
And often has difficulty finding a mate. But despite all this, the outcast still searches for a connection.
What is that thing?
Greetings from the world of the pigs.
Oh my god.
What's a pig? We request the honor of your friendship.
How you doing?
Welcome to our new friends. There's something going on here. These pigs, mysterious and weird, am I right?
That part about them I really admire.
I don't trust them. Your opinion is not needed. Is the doctor around? Guess we have a burn victim here.
The pigs are stealing our eggs!
Let's sail for Piggy Island!
What do we do now?
You're asking me?
You tried to tell us, but we didn't listen.
We're gonna get those eggs back. Come on, we're birds! We're descended from dinosaurs. We're not supposed to be nice.
Holy moly!
Yeah, point made. Ready?
I am really gonna miss you when you die.
Rest in peace, my friend. Drop your nuts and move your butts. It's time to get angry.
Take that, porkers!
Huh, she can shoot fireballs out of her butt.
Medic!
Guards! There is a red bird in these walls. Bring him to me. Not in these walls, in the castle. Okay. Come on, you guys.
I wasn't ready!
Chuck!
This is the house of horrors.
And that's what I've got for you guys this month for Popcorn Previews.
All right, cool.
And now on to a segment that we like to call Game Over with Calvin Watts. Take it away, Calvin.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Thank you, Jay. Oh, that's awesome. I like that intro. Okay, so it's been a while for us talking about like upcoming Blu-ray releases, and there's been a bunch of stuff that has come out since we've last talked. So Available right now, if you want to go and purchase this stuff, includes the latest James Bond movie, Spectre, the latest DC animated movie, Batman: Bad Blood.
Picked it up last night.
Oh, it's excellent. It has Batman in it, it has Nightwing in it, it has Batwoman in it. Damien is it's great. One of the better ones that they've had. Definitely pick that up. The Martian, which is up for Best Picture, Matt Damon's up for Best Actor. That's available now, but I just found out last night that Fox is planning on doing a special edition later on in the year. So you might want to hold off until then. But either way, it's a great movie, definitely worth seeing. Guillermo del Toro's Crimson Pink, the horror movie that came out a couple of months ago, that's also available. And as we speak, The Good Dinosaur from Disney Pixar will be out. A few things coming out this month. On the 1st of May, we have the Sci-Fi limited series Childhood's End, a mini-series, I should say.
Excellent one.
That'll be available. On the 8th, you have the Peanuts movie. You have Victor Frankenstein, which got slammed. I mean, one of the biggest bombs of 2015. Still not as bad as Fantastic Four, which is already down like under $10.
And I never watched it.
And I'm still not going to get it.
Nope.
It's going to go down to $5. I'm telling you, it's going to go down to $5.
They could give you a copy.
If I can get Mad Max for really, really cheap, then there's no way I'm going to spend anything more than that on that movie.
You're not even going to Netflix it?
If it comes on Netflix for free,
fine. Or you've already paying
okay.
for it? Okay.
And Howard the Duck, you know, his appearance in Guardian of the Galaxy, for some reason, I guess they're going to try and capitalize on that. And Howard the Duck is getting a Blu-ray release.
Okay.
That'll be on the 8th. On the 15th, there's only one thing of note, but it's a major thing of note. Game of Thrones Season 5. A lot of people I know are into Game of Thrones, so there's your latest fix of those of you who don't stream or you know, stay on top of things currently. On the 22nd, you're going to have Fear the Walking Dead Season 1 and The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2.
Oh,
so
good.
that's kind of like a big thing. And this is just tentative now. Amazon actually put it up, and a couple of news sites reported this, but it got pulled down. Star Wars The Force Awakens on April 5th.
Oh, nice.
So it could be that quick. Don't know. As soon as we have confirmation, I will hand it out to you. Moving on to gaming, this being March, the biggest release by far and one of the biggest games talked about for over the past like 18 months is Tom Clancy's The Division, which is basically an MMO shooter game set in like a post-apocalyptic future set in New York. I don't know if I'm going to pick it up or not. I really want to, but you know, finances and all this other stuff.
Right.
But either way, you know, there'll be reviews and stuff coming in, and we'll keep up on it, and I'll let you guys know how it is, good or bad. Other upcoming gaming things, the latest Lego game just came out, Lego's The Avengers, which takes in the two movies, and I believe that it intersperses some of the other stuff, like Marvel Universe movies in there too. So that's pretty cool. And Star Wars The Force Awakens is getting a Lego treatment. That's going to come out, I believe, in the summertime. I had a little trailer for that. That's pretty cool. Speaking of trailers, I want to mention this really quick because GameTrailers.com is where I used to get a lot of my gaming trailers stuff from for like years and years and years. They got bought out a few months ago by like Defy Media, and they just shut them down this week with no notice and whatnot. So it's really, that was a great website to get information and stuff from. So goodbye, GameTrailers.com.
It's too bad.
So do they have plans to replace it with something of their own?
Nope. So
I hate when they do that.
I hate when they do that.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on to some other news. Rock Band 4. They finally got all the exports from the previous games sorted out, and they're all available on the Xbox One. So if you had like previous Rock Band games, you exported, as an example, Rock Band 2, you imported Rock Band 1 from it by buying in like an import or export thing. And you just did that over the years. They're all available now. Mad Catz, which is the co-publisher of Rock Band 4, just announced layoffs of like 37% of their workforce. They're saying that the Rock Band game, it's been solid for them. They actually showed like a profit, but it didn't sell as well as they were hoping. So they took like a charge on that, and they had a few people resign. But they still say they're firmly behind the game, as does Harmonix, as like a future platform. So we'll keep an eye on it. I still like it, still play, still have fun with it, so there you go. And they weren't the only people having issues. Bungie's longtime president, Harold Ryan, stepped down. There was some rumors going around that they were having some issues with Destiny. A lot of people weren't happy with the fact that they've just had like little stuff here and there. There was like no major expansions coming out, and then there was a rumor that Destiny 2 was going to get pushed back. And then this came out, and basically everything turned out to be true. So the new CEO, Pete Parsons, had said his Destiny is first, number one, and top priority. And so they've had a couple of things come out since then to try and keep fears of our fans happy. And of course, with the impending Division coming out, which is kind of like the same game, it's kind of like a big deal. So later on in the spring, there's going to be a major update where they're supposed to expand the light level for the people who are at the top level that they are now. And there'll be a lot more gears and weapons and stuff to do that. They're going to be a major expansion later on in the year, kind of like along the lines of the Taken King, because Destiny 2 did get pushed back, and now it's at 2017. So that's what we're looking at for that. The Pinball Arcade. This is pretty cool. So you might have remembered, if I remember correctly, I think I mentioned it on the show that they were going to kickstart a table based on Doctor Who. And if I didn't, well, basically the premise is Doctor Who is one of the more popular pinball tables that came out in the mid-90s. But as in the case with like tables like Terminator 2 and Star Trek The Next Generation, since Farsight is a small company, it's cost prohibitive for them to pay for the license to actually get the rights to do these tables.
Right.
So they did the Addams Family last year, and that succeeded really well. So they were able to. Doctor Who was something they really think they could be able to do, because you have to get the rights from the BBC plus the rights for all the people who appeared as Doctor Who,
geez.
including the guys from like the 60s.
All sorts of permissions
and a lot of them are no longer with us. You got to deal with their estates and whatnot. So I guess they tentatively approached the BBC to see what they would have to do, and the BBC was very cooperative in helping sort out the licenses. So they got an actual figure, and it's ending today as we speak, and it's 100% funded. So that'll be out later on this year as part of their season 6 lineup. One of the really cool things that the BBC is going to let them do, so this is going to be a reality, is that in addition to having the regular table from the mid-90s with, was it Sylvester McCoy,
Right.
and from the Doctors on back,
1 through 7.
is that they're going to
Yep.
have a separate table with the same rules, but it's going to have new art on it and new call-outs, new audio, new stuff, and it's going to be the current Doctors, from Matt Smith, Peter Capaldi, Christopher Eggleston,
Right, David
Tennant.
Nice.
And I believe Paul McGann should be there too. I know
Paul
it was only
McGann
one
should be
movie,
there.
but he's a doctor. So, but anyways, and that'll come out at the same time. You'll be able to pick that up separately. And my plan is to have one of the original Doctor Who titles. Once I know that it's all set, I'm going to give that away in an upcoming episode of the show. So that'll be pretty cool. So we'll keep watch of that. 2 other things really, really quick. There's going to be an actual arcade bar here in Providence, or here in Rhode Island. It's going to be in downtown Providence.
Nice, I could use a drink.
It's called the Shelter Arcade Bar. Yeah. It's going to have a lot of classic video games, a bunch of pinball machines, including some really rare ones. They were supposed to open up already, but they're moving to another location, bigger location. Really, really psyched about this, and once I know more, I will let you guys know.
We'll have to do an interview too.
And last, but certainly not least, as you guys know, I went and covered Pin Pasting New England back in like July or August of last year. We did a lot of stuff that we showed on the show, and my original intention was to have like a special show dedicated to that. But as you guys well know, there's been a lot of like personal upheaval in my life. We've had a couple of family members pass away. There's been a lot of stuff going on, and I just wasn't able to give the attention to that show. That's what I want. So what segments and stuff that I did have are going to be going up on our YouTube channel, a couple of interviews and whatnot. So that'll be coming up over the next couple of weeks or so look out for that.
Nice.
So that's all I have. Now we're on to Toob News with Marc Morisseau. Take it away, Marc.
Hey, that's me. All right, here we go. Actress Jewel State from Firefly and Stargate Atlantis. Nice girl. Will have a role in the TV series Legends of Tomorrow.
Really?
Yep. State will play Rachel Turner, a tech genius roboticist from the future. And I guess some of her devices are used by Vandal Savage in his Conquering the World. So she joins the team sometime later this year.
She just recently had a baby, I believe.
Baby.
Yes.
Yep, she's good. All right, you're going to like this one, Jay. DC Comics is introducing a series of comics based on the old Hanna-Barbera cartoon shows.
Oh.
That's where the TV thing, see what I did? Okay. Titles include Scooby Apocalypse, which is the Scooby Gang searches for a cure for a world of creatures mutated by a nanovirus. So it's like an updated version of Scooby-Doo. Then they have another one called Future Quest, which is the Johnny Quest team. Joins forces with characters that include Space Ghost, the Herculoids, Birdman, the Galaxy Trio, all those guys from the old Hanna-Barbera cartoons. So they'll be releasing a series of comic books based on those old Hanna-Barbera TV shows. They're also doing an updated version of the Flintstones and an updated version of Wacky Racers. They're doing like a Mad Max version of Wacky Racers. It's going to be wild. So watch out for that stuff. We mentioned Game of Thrones. HBO's Game of Thrones returns for season 6 on April 24th in 2016 at 9 p.m.
Yep.
So if you're
some of that story is now going beyond the 5 published books.
Right.
And we're still probably going to be 2017 before we see the next Game of Thrones book.
Right, okay. But I haven't read them, so I don't care. Anyway, The Flash will make a guest appearance on Supergirl on Monday, March 28th, 2016. No details yet in the episode or whether Supergirl will show up in a Flash episode, too. That's because Greg Berlanti is the producer of both series.
Yep.
So they were able to have him show up.
But you know what? She just did appear in the Going to Earth 2 during the transition.
She appeared in the tunnel between worlds.
They had a little glimpse of that. They had a glimpse of the old Flash, too, that John Wesley Shipp played, and an Arrow and somebody else. I can't remember who.
Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of... and DC, for the TV version, is really playing on their multiple Earths, Earth 1, Earth 2, and so forth. So they might be from the same Earth. They might not be. We'll just have to wait and find out. Executive producer Stephen Moffat is leaving Doctor Who. He's going to be replaced by Broadchurch creator and Who fan Chris Chibnall, who's also written a few Doctor Who episodes. The December 2016 Christmas special is still on, but the new season of Doctor Who won't begin until the spring of 2017.
Ouch.
Yep, so we have to wait. No word yet on a new companion for the Doctor. And there was some rumors floating around that when Chibnall takes over, he's going to replace Peter Capaldi, but that's all speculation. It hasn't been confirmed yet. So
now, I thought Peter Capaldi had signed for 5 seasons.
He's signed on for at least for the next 5 years, so who knows. I don't think it's going to happen. I think Peter Capaldi will stay put, and we'll just have this new producer. So, but that'll be cool. I'm looking forward to it, because Steve Moffat, in his storylines and his writing, as far as I'm concerned, it's kind of, he's going as far as he could with that character. So it's been nice to see a new producer come on and do some different things. It'll be good. All right, what else we got? Agent Carter star Haley Atwell has been cast as the lead in the ABC series Conviction, which means she might be doing 2 shows. No word yet on a schedule conflict if Agent Carter gets a season 3. But they are saying that if she does get a season 3 for Agent Carter, they're going to try to work around the schedule. But our actor/director extraordinaire Brian says that's a very difficult thing to do, being the lead in 2 different series.
Oh, absolutely.
It might work though, because Agent Carter isn't like a full-on series. They only do like 6 or 7
It's a mini.
episodes.
It's a mini
It's
series.
like a mini series, regular series.
Right. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. But Haley Atwell is
If
cool.
they do it as the other show, as a summer replacement type show,
then
it could work. But as Brian said, going from working at least 12 hours on the set every day, 6 days a week, to running across and doing another show immediately afterwards, it's going to be taxing on her.
Yeah, it'll be cool. Now that we know in the storyline that Time Lords can regenerate into male or female, there were rumors floating around that when Peter Capaldi leaves, Haley Atwell might be up for the role of the Doctor.
Oh.
I'd be up for that.
Yeah, I think she would do a really good job. It'd be interesting. And last but not least, Sci-Fi Channel has a new series called Winona Earp, based on the IDW comic. It airs on Friday, April 1st. April 1st? Darn dentures. April 1st, 2016, and we have a very short clip. Let's take a look.
Some kids inherit money. Others get talent. Me? I got a demon-killing gun. Crazy runs in the family.
Wyatt Earp christened that gun Peacemaker.
Which only I can handle.
The only thing that can put these demons down again is you.
Winona's going all Winona again.
Good times.
Winona Earp. Series premiere April 1st on Sci-Fi.
All right, and that's all I have this month
I
for
don't know
Sci-Fi.
if you want to throw this in, because it is thing, and I was going through. I'm finally trying to catch up on the Marvel series, so
Right.
I'm almost through season 1 of Daredevil.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I was looking up on it, and supposedly season 2 is starting this month.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and they feature the Punisher.
Yeah, so
That's going to be good.
definitely want to check that out.
Yep. All right, that's all I have this month for Tube News. Let's move on to the wonderful world of anime with a segment we call Anime Daisuki. Go, James, go! You missed that, didn't
Yeah,
you?
I did.
You guys didn't do it last month.
I know. Well, we kind of, yeah.
Didn't
Anyway,
do it this month either.
This month for sci-fi for Anime Daisuki. So there's an anime called Terraformars. Terraformars.
Earth of the Cheese. In
It's a
French.
series about these. They've terraformed Mars, and they're going to send people to populate it. The first mission, though, winds up getting killed and wiped out. So they send another mission, but they discovered that I guess they used like these cockroach creatures to as part of the terraforming process, and they've now grown to be like humanoid size and are killing machines. So
Well, that was a mistake.
right.
They're semi-intelligent.
Semi-intelligent.
Life-size cockroaches.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
So now the astronauts that are going to Mars now have all been specially adapted to fight these cockroach creatures on Mars. So that was the basis for the manga and the anime. Now there's a live-action film for it coming out in April. And right before the movie is released in the theaters, they're doing a prequel made-for-TV movie that is going to come out 5 days before that.
That's cool. It sounds
So-
almost like a Starship Troopers type of thing.
Right, but
fighting
they're not using any kind of weapons other than their bodies. Their bodies have been altered,
Augmented. To fight cockroaches.
Yeah. So this is like a really cool anime that I've seen on. Check out Terraformars on Crunchyroll for the anime, and look forward to seeing the live-action film too someday.
Cool.
All right. Next, I have. So we have the Academy Awards, which by the time this airs just happened. Hopefully, when Marnie was there, a Studio Ghibli film will have won possibly the Oscar for Best Animated Film.
We'll have to put in post-production.
Yep.
They lost.
Well,
They
we'll
won.
see.
Yeah.
So Hiromasa Yonebayashi is the director of that film. He also directed The Secret World of Arrietty.
All right.
Arrietty.
Arrietty.
Yep, and he's going to be there at the Oscars in the audience, you know, if they do win the award, to accept it. And even though he left Studio Ghibli in 2014, he may come back to do another film, but there's no word as to what that film might be that he's going to work on. News, upcoming stuff on Cartoon Network. Parasite the Maxim finishes up in April. We'll see what's coming up after that on that time slot. There will be new Samurai Jack coming to
Yes.
Toonami in 2016.
Yes.
I don't know if it'll be ready by then in April, but we'll see. Samurai Champloo just started on Toonami, and I haven't really watched it before, so I'm checking it out. But that should last all the way into June. So when that finishes, maybe that will be when Samurai Jack comes on. And as I speak, Akame ga Kill finishes up this month and is being replaced by a new show called Dimension W. Dimension W just started airing in Japan in January. So it's a brand new show, and so basically about 2 to 3 weeks after the original one airs, we're seeing it on Toonami. So this is a story about in the near future, they discover a fourth dimension they call W, and there's a huge amount of energy there that they can harvest. So they create these coils that can harvest the energy from this other dimension. And then further along in the future, this one company becomes a monopoly, and these people are trying to confiscate these illegal coils, and this young girl is involved. She somehow has to be powered up by a coil too herself. So it looks really like an interesting kind of show, you know, some high tech and stuff like that. So check it out when it starts on Toonami. Yeah. So that's it I have for Anime Daisuki this month. We're on to toys, props, and other
stuff, man.
All right,
It's
I like
all
it.
stuff.
All right, my friends. Okay, before we get more into toys, props, and other stuff, we have to explain something. You may notice the set looks slightly different, and that's because we were here a couple of weeks ago. We taped the whole show, and then during post-production, we noticed some technical difficulties. So we're back in the studio to do toys, props, and the rest of the segments. Unfortunately, Jay Kingston is not here with us, but we'll see him some other time. So let's go right into toys and props. And what's the first thing our wonderful camera people point at? Go, Calvin.
Okay, so on one side we have a game that was one of the most successful Kickstarters ever, Exploding Kittens. It's a very fun card game. They have a regular version and a not safe for work version. Both are really fun.
Yes.
You can check it out at your local gaming store. Next to that, you have two Xbox One games, but both are also available on the PlayStation 4. Batman Arkham Knight, which is an excellent follow-up to the Arkham City games. And there's nothing else to say about Rockman 4. It's a lot of fun.
Are there PC versions of that?
There are not PC versions of either one. The PC version for Batman had a ton of glitches. It did come out. They pulled it off the shelves, and now it is currently unavailable.
Okay.
On the other end is the Star Trek Captain Picard figure that I was able to get like the scoop on like everybody when it came to like exclusivity. So this is the actual Captain Picard tapestry figure I bought at Walmart many years ago. One of only 1701 in the world.
Wow, and now it's like worth $1.75.
Something like that.
I wonder if you should price it, see what happens.
It's
worth $17.01.
It's worth more than the less than $5 I paid for it.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
All right, what else do we have? Over here at the end, we have a nice Stormtrooper cap that I got from my Sci-Fi Nerd block. And next to that is that big silver Mylar dude. That is from the G.I. Joe Hasbro Collectors Club. They still put out the 12-inch action figures. That's Dr. Isotope. He is the nemesis of the G.I. Joe adventure team. And this dude, you expose him to light, he actually glows in the dark.
Cool.
It's cool. All right. Next to that is a figure from the Aliens series from Reflection Figures. And next to that is a Pop figure. That's the Collector from the Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
Okay, so on one side you have Batman Bad Blood. This is the latest of the DC animated universe releases on home video. This one is really cool. It has a lot of new characters in it. Nightwing features prominently. Definitely worth seeing. This is a limited edition, so there's a little Nightwing figure in there. Next to that is Star Wars, the Black Series, the Slave Leia costume.
Oh, get it before she disappears from Disney shelves forever.
Wait, they already did.
They did?
Yes, you will not be able to find, and they still haven't come out as saying this is fact or not, but the fact of the matter is you cannot find any more Princess Leia dolls or figures with this costume at retail stores. So
wah, wah.
That's why I picked it up. Next to that is a gift I got for my wife for her birthday. Deadpool's really, really hot right now, and this is like the cute version. It's a offshoot of Funko. It's called Fabrications, and it's really nice.
How old is she now?
Hey.
Yeah.
We don't ask that type of question.
Not going there.
All right.
And last but not least is the latest Daniel Craig James Bond movie, Spectre, which was a really good movie to go see. Released on home video, might be his last movie as James Bond.
Yeah.
Definitely worth to watch.
Now, wait a minute. I'm 57. That makes me the oldest person in the room.
Without Jay. Is
Without
Jay
Jay. Jay's
the same?
55.
Ah, yes, yes.
You guys can do whatever it is you want to do. I will still be the youngest one here.
That's true.
For now, anyway.
That's true.
Yeah, do these.
There we go.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. All right. There is a Star Trek FAQ fact book with all sorts of cool stuff about the original series. I have no idea what's in the middle. The Millennial Project.
Someone say something about the Millennial Project. What is that?
It's a book. It's titled The Millennial Project. It's what? How to colonize the galaxy in 80 easy steps. 8 easy steps. That's even easier. All right. See, we should really discuss that first. Anyway, and then next to that is Doctor Who, the encyclopedia featuring the 11th Doctor, Matt Smith, one of my favorites. Go, James, go.
So this here is the Boscone Souvenir Program Book. I just went by Boscone to, kind of promote the club and stuff, and so it's got some nice artwork in there for their guest of honor artist, and some other stuff about their guests of honor, and some other ads for other conventions that are coming out. There's even a bit here about Bob Eggleton. He was their Nesfa Press guest of honor.
Yep, he's a local Rhode Islander.
Yep, a Hugo Award-winning artist. Beautiful artwork and stuff on display also at the art show. So, and then the Exploding Kittens right there, the 2 games.
Played that with Leslie. That was a lot of fun. That was a good game. All right. Now you have some memoriams to talk about.
Right. So recently, in January, first it was David Bowie had passed away. He had been in The Labyrinth and other things like that. The Man Who Fell to Earth.
Right.
It was a very
that was
early
a freaking
60s.
Movie.
Yeah.
That was a freaking
He was in a really good horror erotic type movie in the early 80s called The Hunger.
And The Hunger,
yes. Thank you. I remember that.
With Catherine Deneuve, I believe.
Right.
Yes,
Yep.
that was great. And so he passed away. Plus his music just spanned so many generations, and including Ziggy Stardust and stuff like that, and Major Tom.
Space Oddity.
Space Oddity. Yeah. Ground Control to Major Tom. So things like that. People miss him. And then soon after he had passed away, Alan Rickman, the actor who played Professor Snape in the Harry Potter series, had passed away. And he had also been in the first Die Hard movie. That was his first film that he was cast in here in the U.S.
Not 2 days after he came over from England. Not 2 days.
Wow.
He walked into the audition, and John McTiernan, who was the director of Die Hard, it was like, my guy.
Right.
And the rest is history.
Yeah. Nice.
Been in a ton of stuff over the years. He was
Galaxy
also in Galaxy Quest.
Yeah.
Awesome in that. Dr. Lazarus.
Yep. That was fun.
Yeah. And then thirdly, David G. Hartwell. He was a very well-known science fiction editor and publisher, writer, friends to so many different science fiction friends and fans and writers, and he was probably probably a staple at conventions like Boscone and ReaderCon. He passed away also, so everybody's going to miss those 3 people in our science fiction fantasy world. So,
all right,
that's it.
That's going to be it for this show, right?
Yeah.
If you want to get in touch with us, our website is www.risfc.org. We always have information about upcoming meetings, and we have sci-fi news, and we have a list of conventions that you should be going to. A lot of cool stuff on that website. Check it out. We have Facebook pages for Rhode Island Science Fiction Club and for Sci-Fi Journal. And we also have Twitter accounts for @RISFC or @Sci-Fi Journal. If you like to tweet, you can get in touch with us that way as well. Our email address is info@risfc.org. All right, that's going to be it for this edition of Sci-Fi Journal. Any other shout-outs or anything that we need to talk about?
No.
Hello,
We're
Buzz
good.
Kids. Your Buzz Kids are good?
Yeah, my Buzz Kids
my
are
school
good.
kids are good too, little cutie patooties. That's going to be it for this month. We will see you sometime in April. Thanks for watching.